the Only Leeds Bros Show.
What is happening, everybody? Welcome back to Only Leeds Bros. Hope everyone's keeping and doing well, and hope you are all having a great Monday. Thanks very much for joining us here for a little bit of a drop leak, Dylan, about Leeds United's potential first signing back in the Premier League. Before we get into that, we'll say hello to you. We'll say hello to a couple of the people in the chat. How are you keeping?
Oh, good, lads. Really enjoying the weather in Ireland. I don't know if anyone in the UK that can say the same thing, but over here it's absolutely scorcher. As you can see, I look a bit red in the face and distressed. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. So yeah, nothing really. It's, you know yourself, it's kind of one of them things when Leeds aren't playing, but we do have some good inside scoop today, so I'm kind of looking forward to this one. I have to be honest with you.
Somebody has probably seen we were going to do a little bit. We were always going to do a video tonight. We were going to do a little bit about the retained list and get your guys' thoughts on it. And then this one dropped today. Thanks very much to hit the man himself, Joe Blackburn, giving a bit of an inside scoop on this one. Before we do get into the video, guys, I do want to say thanks very much to our channel sponsors, Match Bingo, for sponsoring Only Leeds Bros. To get involved, all you have to do is hit the affiliate link in the description below or scan the QR code at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen there. And for the next couple of weeks, myself and every other Leeds United content creator are going to absolutely wreck your head, because the Leeds Creator Cup is on the 20th of July in the John Charles Community Stadium. All your favourite Leeds United content creators will be there, so make sure you do get your tickets. Tickets are only £7 per adult and £3 for kids. It's going to be face painting all the day, raffles and stuff like that, and the link is in the description below.
And you come just give me a load of puce as well.
Yeah. Or yeah, even the content creators you don't like, you can go and just give them a dog's abuse as well, if that's what you want.
I love it.
But it's going to be a great day out. Myself and Dylan are travelling over from Dublin. Jerry Lynch is travelling over from Dublin as well. It's going to be a great day out. So yeah, if you're knocking about Leeds on the 20th of July, make sure you pop down to the John Charles Stadium.
And for a great cause as well, lads, for prostate cancer.
Yeah. Okay. Fair play, Dylan. Yeah, and it is all in aid of Prostate Cancer UK is what Dillo does say. So Dillo, will say hello to a couple of the boys in the chat before we get into it. Sean Healy is here as ever. You have to give me loads. So I have to. My mouse went bang today. It's completely bust. So I'm using the laptop one, so it's a bit dodgy. Sean Healy says, late again, bros. Nearly as bad as Mr. Wayman for being late. Yeah, sorry about that. I think I told Dylan half when I meant to say quarter past. So yeah, my bad about that. Jam says, evening, gentlemen. Hope you're both doing well. Thanks very much, Jam. Hope you're keeping well, buddy. Get them flights booked to Dublin as well. If any of us haven't seen it, it has been confirmed that Leeds United will be taking on Italian side AC Milan in the Aviva Stadium in Dublin. So make sure you get your tickets for that as well. They're supposedly dropping later on this week as well, the 9th of August. So yeah, get over here and show Leeds what support we have over here in Ireland. Danny's in the building as well. Danny says, evening, Danny. Hope you're keeping well, pal. Dillo, let's get into it today. A bit of an inside scoop from Joe B himself dropped today, and we were chatting to him earlier on. And supposedly, Leeds United are very close to agreeing a deal for Liverpool fullback Kostas Tsimikas. It has been said that a private jet was scheduled from Liverpool into Leeds, Bradford, and then also from Kelleher as well, which is where his agents are based out of, into Liverpool as well. And it has said that Kostas Tsimikas did agree personal terms with Leeds United today, so one to keep an eye on. Obviously, he needs now the clubs to come together and agree and sign off on the fee and that, but it looks all but likely that Leeds United will be signing Kostas Tsimikas. Dylan, a player you think Leeds United should be looking at? What do you think of this one?
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, it's clearly obvious, considering the retained list. Junior Firpo is looking likely that he is going to go. So clearly we have to back up. We have to get a left back, obviously, to cover Isaac Schmidt, because let's be honest, he wasn't really at it this season, but his development is higher. Tsimikas, yeah, lads, you know, he's Premier League quality. He's won the Premier League, he's won an FA Cup, he's obviously been a good backup to Andy Robertson. Let's be honest, Andy Robertson, to me anyway, is a quality left back. So to cover someone like that and still come in and do the bits that needed to be done, it's clearly obvious that he's a highly rated player. So yeah, I'm actually, from what I've seen of him so far, yeah, I think he'd fit into this Leeds side very well. So hopefully we just can get the deal across the line. And to be honest with you, what I'm really buzzing for, Darren, is the Premier League quality. That's what you know, we were talking off air on the phone, and certain names that you did bring up that have played in the Premier League. You need that bit of, around the dressing room, kind of similar to what Gilavogi gave this season. So, yeah, just that bit of quality as well. So, yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to it. So, hopefully, maybe we can swoop in there and just take Kelleher as well, just to...
Yeah, well, that's it again. Another source that I was talking to as well today, a good inside source. So, believe when I'm saying this, boys, supposedly Leeds United. The fee for Kelleher and Tsimikas is supposed around 55 million, which does sound like a not enough. 40 million was spent during the week, but I thought that was a little bit light. Obviously, it sounds now that Aston Villa are in for Queeving Kelleher as well. So there's going to be everyone looking for his signature as well. It's one, I think Kelleher's one that I don't think we're going to get done. I do think he probably will go the likes of Villa and a little bit higher up the Premier League table than us. But the Tsimikas one, it's on really, really good sources that personal terms were agreed today. And it is one that looks like it's going to happen and will be confirmed soon enough. Obviously, all gone well with the clubs. Becky O's Bull says, where's this come from, lads? Saw Joe B about it earlier today, but there's no talk of it on Twitter. It's very, very airtight. Very, very airtight. And thanks very much for Joe B for leaking this one out to us.
It's all hush-hush.
It is already hush-hush. I actually do have a text from Joe B here, and he wanted me to read this out to you guys. And everybody, if you don't follow Joe B, you know exactly he's not a click type of person. He doesn't get involved in stuff like this. But he has said, right... I, Joe Blackburn, have informed Darren and Dylan at Only Leeds Bros about my sources regarding Kostas Tsimikas agreeing personal terms with Leeds United, and I do take full responsibility for the accuracy. In the event that I may be wrong and Tsimikas has not signed for the club before the 20th of July, I commit to doing one sit-up and one push-up live on stream for every single ticket that's sold for the Leeds Creator Cup before noon on the 30th of May. So there's a part of me that really wants this deal to go through, and there's a part of me that wants this deal to flop, because I would love to see Joe B doing a couple of push-ups and a couple of sit-ups live on stream. So, yeah, everyone knows Joe B. Everyone knows he's not that type of clickbait type of person. He doesn't really get involved in stuff like this, but he has got off 3 different sources that this has happened today. So, yeah, I believe it's going to happen. We'll see how it goes over the next couple of weeks. If it doesn't fall through, then we'll come on and we'll have pie in our face. But I believe Joe B, and it looks like it is very, very close. So let us know what you think of this one, guys, in the chat as well. Will Tsimikas be a good sign? I'm just going to try and pull up Foot Mob here, Dylan. If you want to pull up a couple of comments, read through them there, buddy, and I will
no bother at all.
Pull up our Foot Mob there, and we'll have a look into Tsimikas.
Mm-hmm. Sean says, don't know about much, interested to see. Jam says, I think if we get it done a statement, so I'm be interested to see how does in a side fighting in relegation. SB said, where's the sources? Unfortunately, we can't tell you that. It's very airtight at the minute. Yeah. Sean Healy, the only thing I know about Greece is Sandy, if you know, you know.
Go on, absolute case.
Darren Daly is in the building. Yeah, you're grand. This is Darren Daly. Welcome back, lads. Leeds playing AC Milan the 9th of August. Viva. Plenty of points at that, Darren. Go ahead there.
Yeah, the old link won't share. I don't think the internet. Well, I'll read through it anyway. So a Foot Mob here. Anyway, so Kostas Tsimikas, obviously now he's played for Liverpool 114 times. So Liverpool hasn't scored any goals. He joined Liverpool in August 2020 from Olympiacos. He has played 17 matches in total, and he's actually playing right now for Liverpool tonight against Brighton. And with 8 starts tonight. Like what you said, Dylan, I do think he's a decent player. He's played 40 times as well for his country. He has loads of Premier League experience. He's got European football experience. He's won trophies as well. He's won FA Cups, Community Shields. He's also won the EFL Cup as well, and now also about to pick up a Premier League medal as well. So like what Jam said and a couple of lads are saying in the chat as well, I don't think this is one that we should be turning our nose up to as Leeds fans. I think this is exactly what we need. Good Premier League experience, smart signing. But when you look at this one, I think this ultimately shows then, if we're looking at something like this, that means Junior Firpo is going to be going the other way. I know the club released the retain list the other day that we're speaking to Firpo and Byram, but I think this more or less then, if this one comes over the line, I think Junior Firpo then will be heading out the door. And Liverpool are looking at a left back now as well, Kirkes as well, so that will push Tsimikas down the list over in Liverpool as well. So it looks like all the stars are aligned for this one, and I do think this will be Leeds United's first signing out of the window.
Yeah, I think so too. And to be honest, there'd be a statement on. Going back to what Jam said there, you know, we don't want to mess about this season, and I think we should starting to get deals done as early as possible in the window before pre-season. I have to be honest with you, because that's something Leeds and the board have done, you know, pretty bad in the past. Leaving signings late, you know, waiting for lads to get up and running. Jack Schmidt, you could say to a certain degree, kind of had that. But yeah, that quality, that's what I'm looking for. I need someone with that kind of Premier League experience. Someone who, let's be honest, he's 29, isn't he? Still young, but
29.
Still has that bite in him. And then we go from there, really.
Yeah.
Hopefully Leeds can make a few more.
Mikey says here, would love him, but don't think it's going to happen, Paul. Yeah, look, who knows? I said that all the sources today, 3 different sources, have confirmed that personal terms are great. I suppose it's up to the clubs now as well what happens there, but those look like...
We'll never know, lads. We can only give the news. At the end of the day, you know, just take it with a pinch of salt, let's be honest. But it is kind of airtight and...
What Clem says here today, yeah, this will be a model to happen tonight as well. As soon as I'm off the stream, I'm going straight to watch him as well. So we'll see what happens there. Matty said, should there be a question or two in the title, lads? Huh? Should there be a question or two in the title, lads?
In your title?
Leeds agree personal terms with Tsimikas.
I'm so confused. I'm confused all the time anyway, so it doesn't even make a difference.
Oh, so I think he means like it's a question mark, yeah. Like it should be a couple of questions.
Sorry, Matty, I'm a bit slow today.
Yeah, look at Matty, as I said, look, I think it's going to be close from what I heard, and another source as well today as well said that terms have been agreed. Personal terms, as I said, look, it's up to both clubs now. I'm sure Liverpool are going to want the deal. I'm sure he's going to want the deal as well. So it looks like the stars have aligned with this one. As I said, there is a murmurs in there as well. I suppose the 55 million Liverpool have set that for Kelleher and Tsimikas. Whether that comes off, I don't think so. As I said, I think let us know what you think in the chat about Kelleher as well.
What do you think?
I think with Villa coming in today,
So they're kind of slow.
I read up today, Villa after coming in today. We seen where Emi Martinez, when the other night when he was coming off the pitch at Villa Park, he was crying as well. Looks like he was kind of saying his goodbyes to Villa Park as well. And look, he's been a great goalkeeper for them. I do think Liverpool are going to be in the market, and I do think he'd be a very, very good goalkeeper for them. Kelleher has loads of Premier League experience as well. He's played Champions League football as well. Dylan, look, I'd absolutely love him at Ellen Road. I think it'd be a quality signing, but yeah, I think that one might be a dream now. But the Tsimikas one, yeah, that's one that I'll definitely take.
I think another reason why I want Kelleher is because he's Irish. If I'm being honest with you. But he is a quality goalkeeper, 110%. But for, what did you say, 50 or 55 million for the two of them, was it?
55 million for the two of them, yeah.
Well, it sounds like a steal, but is it?
Yeah.
For two players?
I don't know. Danny says, if everyone's gone by planes that were meant to have been at the airport, it was nothing to do with Leeds. No, not just the planes, but it obviously was. They were looking at that as well. But yeah, another bit of a source as well that we obviously can't disclose that. Yeah, that it's not just to do with the planes, buddy. Look, we'll see how it goes, guys. We're only bringing you the news that we're given. That's what we do here in Only Leeds Bros. We give the news to you guys, and then you make up your own mind on it. Me personally, I think it's one that could very much happen. I think it's going to happen soon. I think it could be confirmed soon. But yeah, that's the way I look at.
And if not, then you get to see Joe B doing a load of sit-ups, and you know what I mean. So it's like it's a win-win for everyone here. Like whether we get the player or not, you know what I mean.
Absolutely. Amy Clark says here, I love when people track flight radar. Me too. I think it's class and seeing everyone's screenshots and planes coming in from everywhere's class. Tom says, what would you say is more of a priority for us? Hashtag 10, keeper or 9? I think a keeper, Tom. I really, really do think a goalkeeper. Let us know what you think to Tom's question in the chat, guys.
I'm going to say keeper, if I had to do it in order. Keeper, 10, and then a 9.
Yeah. I think we need all three.
I
think we need all three, but priority there, I think, is a goalkeeper.
I have a question for you.
We've seen Tom all season, the to and fro as well with Meslier as well. I mean, we can't have that again next season. I think Meslier will be on his way more or less instantly as soon as the window opens up. I think Darlow might stick around for a little bit of experience, but I think a goalkeeper, mate. I think a goalkeeper has to be the one. Let us know what you think in the chat. What are we going to say, Dillo?
Yeah, sorry. I forgot it there and then I remembered. I told you, my brain is like a feather, honestly.
Yeah.
How many players do you think Leeds need to bring in? Like, give me a number. To cover every position that you want to be covered.
I think realistically, Dylan, like minimum, I'd say it'd have to be 5 or 6.
I was going to say 7 there.
5 or 6 quality. I think the bare minimum 5 or 6 quality signings. Definitely a left back because Firpo's going to be on his way. Definitely a goalkeeper. I think we need another centre half in there as well because we're used to Strike being injured out towards the end of the season. I think Joe Rodon needs a little bit of a push there beside him as well to kind of keep his game up there as well. Bogle, I think could do okay, but I'd go for the likes of Kufal to cover him. I spoke to you about this as well, but I think Kufal could be a true signing. It's a free as well. It's a bit of a no-brainer. He wants to stay in England, and I do think if we do see Jayden Bogle's performance level drop in the Premier League, well, then you've got an experienced Premier League player in Kufal who's proven at this level to come in and do it.
Yeah.
And I think he'd be happy enough to be kind of doing that job at the age that he's at as well.
You just want that bit of cover out, Aaron, as you said off the phone. Just even if he's not playing regularly and Bogle is doing, doing the job that he needs to do, still having that kind of character and oldness in such a highly rated player. Now, obviously, he's one of the UEFA with West Ham, was it?
Was it?
What he won a cup? He won
He won the Conference League with West Ham under David Moyes as well, and there is talks of him going to Everton as well.
Everton,
so it could be a close one. This is what Sean says here. The lads are only giving us the news. We're not the source. We're getting it from the source, and our source doesn't want to be named. True Joe B. So we're only giving you guys the news. As I said, if it flops, come and absolutely rip us apart. But yeah, we're only giving the news that we've been given at personal terms has been agreed today for Kostas Tsimikas. Leeds United are wanting around 15 million for Mez. Oh, I think it's high, Danny. I think it's high. I think 8 to 10 for Mez, and I think you'd be lucky to get that. I really do. David Oliver says here, most sides will be happy with Carl Darlow, Welsh international, solid as a rock. Absolutely, yeah. I think
he does the necessities for a goalkeeper. Yeah. He catches the ball and he kicks it.
Yeah. Go back to your question anyway, Dylan. Yeah, so I think Kufal out and right back there as well. I do think we need something in there with Tanaka as well. Something a little bit more in there. I don't think Gruev is going to be the one in the Premier League, and don't come at me at this, but I just think a lot of his play sometimes is side to side, and he gets away with it in the Championship. I wouldn't mind him still being there and being a squad player, but I just think we need a little bit more than Gruev in there. Definitely in number 10. And I'm actually happy with our wingers. If we can get Solomon tied down on another loan, which I think might happen, I think Leeds and Spurs might agree along for Solomon. I think that's a win-win for both clubs. They'll want to see him in the Premier League. Leeds would want to have him back. Sources from Manor Solomon that he wants to stay in England. He doesn't want to move to France for political reasons. So I think all the stars are kind of aligned there with that one. It's probably the balls in Sports court if they've kind of seen enough of him and they're happy enough to let him go, or if they want to kind of see a stock in the Premier League with Leeds and see how he gets on. And then a striker then, Dylan, I suppose, is the big one. Like, they don't come around all too often, do they, strikers in the Premier League? If we can kind of go out somewhere in the European market and pick up a Tanaka-esque sort of player, cheap, cheerful, that no one really knows about, and comes in and smashes it in the Premier League. We've seen a couple of strikers linked to us. Goebbels from St. Gallen, Beto as well from Everton. He's been linked to a very, very loose one that was just made up by the agent for Jamie Vardy as well. So yeah, I'll probably name probably 11 players there, but I think minimum 6 or 7 I think is sufficient, Dylan.
Good question here from Tom. What do you think happens to Harrison?
I think we got to get rid, lads.
Yeah.
I think we got to get rid. And I got involved in a conversation in Twitter there the other day, and he came back at me kind of saying, well, look at what Aronson done, look what Vauber's done. They've came back, they've been accepted back. They've came back here and they've helped Leeds United get promoted back to the Premier League. I know the first year they went off, but they've done it this year. Harrison didn't, so it would be a little bit of a gripe for me if Leeds go up and seeing Harrison pull on a Premier League shirt for Leeds United. For me, it just I'd like to see him move on. I don't think Leeds want him back anyway with the way it went there. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you think in the chat as well with that one, guys. Stephen Flood says here, "What's up, lads? What's up, Stephen? Hope you're keeping well, pal." Oliver says here, we need a number 9, a number 10, and a serious left back. Yeah, serious left back. I did speak as well to a friend of mine. Big shout out to a pal of mine, Liam Mulcahy, big Liverpool fan, lives in Canada, and I was speaking to him today about Tsimikas, just kind of getting obviously the fans' perspective of it and so what do you think from Liverpool, and he said he would suit Leeds United down to the ground. said he's very much a passionate sort of player, likes to get stuck in. He said he's a fan favourite, very well liked around Anfield as well. And he said he'd be loved at Ellen Road as well. So he kind of got me a little bit more hyped for him as well. The type of player that he is as well. Decent at defending, decent at getting forward. So yeah, for me, it kind of got my hopes up on him a little bit, Dylan.
Yeah, it's not that as well though. It's because we really want the season to start and we want to see Leeds do well. There's so much going on at Leeds at the minute with the stadium development. So once these signings start coming through the door, Leeds are going to be meaning business. And I think if we nail down that one, it's a serious statement.
I think we need to go back to what you said there, Dylan. I'd like to see Leeds get the business done early as possible. And it's something, we've got the business right under the 49ers, but we never necessarily do it early. And that's what I'd like to see be done. It's 4 weeks until the players are back in training. Like, it's going to fly around. We're going to have kit releases soon. We're going to have fixture releases soon. We obviously seen Leeds now are confirmed to play in AC Milan and Dublin as well, the 9th of August, which will be roughly the week before the Premier League kicks off. So that potentially could be the last game. So if you are getting to Dublin or you're going to go to that game, more or less you're going to see a full strength 11 at that game in Dublin as well. So yeah, it's going to come thick and fast, Dylan. And I think soon as that window opens up as well, you'll see Leeds United starting to kind of make their moves as well. Question for you as well, Dylan. I got talking to a Leeds fan in work today. We obviously seen the retain list, and it was something that we were going to make this video tonight on the retain list. What would you do with Sam Byram? And let us know what you think in the chat, guys, because I think this is a very interesting one. The guy in work thinks that now, thanks very much, Byram, we kind of let him go. What's your thinking on it? Do you give Byram another contract?
See, with me, as I said, Byram, when I was really starting to follow Leeds, Byram was very young. He was a young prospect. And he was my fan favourite. As I said in previous videos, my friends were your Ronaldo, your Rooney. I was Sam Byram. For me, I always wanted to see him lift the cup with Leeds. And he did that.
Yeah.
And under, injuries and some personal things in his head, etc., I never thought he'd come back to Leeds. And obviously with Farke, he had to come back. And I think he's done a phenomenal job this season. Every time that he's came on, he looks jaded at times. He doesn't give you the same attack going forward that Firpo does. But let's go back to Gilavogi. Is he not a great person to have around the dressing room? And a leader, that kind of quality as well. And then he does the job for you. So, yeah, for me, Leeds in the Premier League, seeing a Leeds lad play in the Premier League, why not?
Yeah. Cart says here, hi lads, how you doing? And yeah, I just hope that we get a goalkeeper, a number 9 and a 10, as well as a striker as well. Yeah, look at that. I think there's a lot on Leeds fans' wish list as well. I think, yeah, what Dave Oliver says here, I think we need 6 or 7 decent players and kind of see how it goes then from then. And look at them. We look at January then and we have to strengthen. But I think we're going to do very shrewd business, the 49ers. We've seen that already, and let's hope we continue that work. Ian says, hi Darren and Dillo, if we sell Joseph, would you think we would need an extra body in? I think so, mate. And I do think Joseph will go, but I think it'll be on loan. I think it makes sense. I think it makes sense for him. I think it makes sense for us here at Leeds. I spoke about it on one of the Leeds' latest videos. I do think it would be a bit of a mistake from Leeds. It would kind of feel like the Charlie Cresswell one, that we're not really in a rush to get rid of Mateo Joseph. His stock isn't particularly high at the minute, and I do think he's a high ceiling. So I do think a loan would benefit him, would benefit Leeds, and especially if he goes off foreign. If he goes to the likes of Betis and plays in the Spanish league, scores goals, that's only good for Leeds. It means he comes back with a stock high, either to be integrated back into this team, or it rises and Leeds United can get more money from as well. But I do think of a loan. Let us know what you think of this one, what Ian said as well with Mateo Joseph. Dylan, what would you do with
I think
you're a fan of him?
Yeah, well, I'd keep him, but I'd loan him out. I wouldn't be getting rid of him. His ceiling is so, lads, you've seen it early on in the season. His goal against Sheffield Wednesday, was it? And then he scored again against Hull. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah.
Early on in the season. And I don't know if any of the guys in here said it, but especially Twitter at the start of the season, everyone thought Mateo Joseph was going to be a top goal scorer. And let's be honest, he was kind of showing the signs in pre-season, and then early on in the season, as I said, against Sheffield Wednesday and Hull. And then he just kind of flopped after that. We were kind of having that kind of debate about who starts, whether it is Pirlo or Joseph. Yeah. Pirlo just grabbed it. The rest is history, but I'd certainly keep him at the club. I wouldn't be selling him. That's for sure.
Clem says here, Farke and the 14ers have been targeting players before we got promoted. I'm confident that we'll get 2 statement signings after June the 1st. And that's it, Clem. And was said Ian Hart obviously is a football agent as well. We've been a Q&A with him at a recent event as well. And he has said that the club have been looking at both sides of it, that the club will be well prepared on either side, whether Leeds United were going to stay in the Championship or whether we're going to the Premier League. So every club is going to have their list, exactly what Clem says here. So I'm confident and I hope to see it get done early. Andy's the opposite. Andy's saying here it's not going to be early business. I hope it is, Andy. I hope they don't let it kind of rumble on too much. Tom says, I agree. If you can't get Solomon or any other player, we need to move on instead of waiting. That's it, Tom. And I don't think you offer them the contract, and if they're not coming here, we move elsewhere. We're Leeds United and we're in the Premier League now. No disrespect to the 3 clubs that went down, but I think we have a massive pull. Leicester, Southampton and Ipswich, I think we have a massive pull more than them. New stadium on the way, and the backing as well that we have from the owners as well. I think it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
You don't want to come to Leeds United. I think move on. Danny says here, Byram for me stays as long as he's fourth choice. He'll go for a cup, and that's what I think, Danny. And I think maybe look at Gilavogi sort of type. Some people are saying we don't need cheerleaders in the dressing room, but you need leaders. You need leaders, and at the moment, that's what this team I think needs. We've seen Gilavogi come in. We've seen the club statement from Gilavogi, how massive he was off the pitch. It's totally underestimated experience off the pitch. If anyone's going to play football at any level, you always look to them, all their experienced heads, how they're dealing in hard times and how they're dealing with themselves off the pitch. So, and Byram knows the football club as well. And I think him and Farke have a great relationship. I just have a feeling, look at, who knows, no source on this one, just a feeling on this one. I think Byram might get a year, maybe a rolling contract or pay as you play. Sean says, sell Byram, not got the legs, sadly. Yeah, I agree with you, Sean, buddy. Yeah, especially when we're playing against them top sides. But cup games, I wouldn't be too bad with it.
What I will say though, like going back to Sean, I can see where Sean is coming from, but if you look at the impact that Gilavogi made off the pitch, now look, at times he didn't look the best, but it's that kind of quality in a person that can more or less show a rocket, if you know what I mean, to get them going. And I think he's certainly done that with Willie Nanto, lads.
Yeah.
Second half of Willie Nanto's season, he was phenomenal.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, 100% I agree. Jason Smith says here, excited with the possibilities this season. That's it, Jason. And this is what you're a football fan for as well. And I'm excited as well, Jason. You haven't seen Leeds are playing over it in Dublin as well, the 9th of August. And it's all this stuff. This what it means to be back in the Premier League, linked with Premier League players coming over here playing AC Milan in a top quality stadium, 51,000 seater stadium. This is exactly what you want. Do you know what I mean, Dylan? So, yeah, we're back there. Gone are the days Leeds playing in Talca Park down when we're back in the league one days. Surprisingly, Sean is saying anything about Ampadu as well. I've just got over that situation. Sega Boy says Darren Daly. I presume that's to Sam Byram. Byron had never given us a bad game. Always no less than a 7 out of 10. That's it, Danny.
Yeah,
that's it, Danny. 100%.
Yeah.
Always has been. Always has been. 100%. Arthur says Byram, keep him. I would as well, buddy. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Dillo. I think that's really much it. I think that's we're giving the people what we have. We've given you our sources through a source, which is Joe B. Looks like Tsimikas is very, very likely to be a Leeds United player. Looks like he's going to be the first through the door. Personal terms are said to be agreed. He's playing right now for Liverpool against Brighton. Me personally, I think it's a great signing. I'm happy to see Leeds United are looking at these type of signings, that we're not kind of going on the cheap. We're not kind of looking across Europe. We are looking at them Premier League players, and it gives you a bit of hope, doesn't it?
As I said, Darren, it's just that hype. Sorry, I just kind of went off track there. You were talking about Leeds coming over here against AC Milan. Like, when would you ever think of that?
Yeah,
My God.
Yeah.
But then, like, the stadium development, now this signing, there's a lot of noise coming in the background with Leeds. And we're really geared up for this, I think. Well, we will be once we get a few signings in the door. But I'm really looking forward to it. Really, really looking forward to it.
Darren Elliott says here, evening lads, just subscribe. Seen the comment about Solomon's agent. Cheers, thanks very much for the subscribe, Darren. Welcome to the Only Leeds Bros community. Thanks very much for hitting that subscribe button. Yeah, I've seen the news as well today about Solomon's agents, and it gave me a little bit of hope. And look, I think when you read between the lines with Solomon, we've seen the interviews he done towards the end of the year. We've seen the interviews he done with Tony DeRigo and Bryn Law after the Plymouth game. He looks all like a man that wants to stay here. Not like the vibes we got off at Ben White all them years ago when he didn't really kind of give us that love back. I think Solomon wants to be here. He might stay at Spurs though. It depends on what Spurs thinking. The ball is going to be in their court, and Levy is a smooth operator as well. So, but yeah, it's definitely it's one to keep an eye on. Byram could become second player in Leeds history to play for Leeds in 3 different tiers of English football. What a stat
Wow.
that is, Rusty Tinkham.
Wow.
What a stat that is. And I'd love to see that. I really would. I'd love to see it. Great to see Sam Byram throwing a Leeds short in the Premier League. And I think he could do a job, like what Danny said, 7 out of 10 every week. But I wouldn't play him every week. Good show, lads, with all the speculations. Pre-season is good. Just waiting for the fourth game. And that's it, Tabby, as well. There's a lot of speculation around at the minute. You take everything with a pinch of salt. If you're kind of watching the Leeds' latest videos that we are putting it out, it's always going to be said loose links. I don't think anything's going to move until the window opens up as well. And it's all he said, she said. No peer on no parties. Where can I see the tweet on Twitter? What's this for, buddy? Is this
I think it's Tsimikas, yeah.
for
By the way, I
Tsimikas?
love the no pair, no party. I love that.
Yeah, deadly. It's not been released yet, buddy, but it's 2 sources of us, through Joe B, 2 sources of Joe B, and Joe B's gave it to us. Joe Blackburn. That's
You may read his text message out again for the new people that just joined, just so to confirm.
Right, so for the new people that joined, Joe B did sign the declaration today. He says, I, Joe Blackburn, have informed Darren and Dylan of only Leeds bros about my sources regarding Kostas Tsimikas agreeing personal terms with Leeds United, and I take full responsibility for the accuracy. So if we get this wrong, lads, you can all go, hey, Joe B. In the event that I am wrong and Tsimikas has not signed for the club before the 20th of July, I commit to doing 1 sit-up and 1 press-up live on stream for every single ticket sold for the Leeds Creator Cup before noon on the 31st of May. Anyone that knows Joe B, he doesn't spout stuff like this. He's not a clickbait merchant, doesn't get involved in stuff like that. I always say he's fact over fiction. And he's given us this here today from 3 different sources that he has agreed personal terms with Leeds. So we'll see how it goes. Michael says here, hi lads, late to the party. What have I missed? Not much, buddy. Not much. Just a couple of sources floating about that. Kostas Tsimikas has agreed personal terms with Leeds and potentially get the full confirmation soon. Arthur says Brighton 1, Liverpool 2. Did Tsimikas score? Yeah, he scored 2. He called it, wouldn't it? The pub is called the Cat and Cage. You're not going to the Cat and Cage before the match, buddy, are you? No, thank you. Before we go off stream, lads, again, myself and all other Leeds United content creators are going to absolutely wreck your head about this. The Leeds Creator Cup is taking place on the 20th of July in the John Charles Community Stadium. All your favourite Leeds United content creators are there, or the ones that you hate. So get your tickets, £7 for adults, £3 for kids. Link is in the description below. Make sure you pick them up. Pick them up, I think Joe B said, before the end of May as well, to be in with a chance of a raffle to win one of the shorts as well. I think that's what he said to me, but I have to confirm. He probably said it on his. There's definitely a raffle going on, and I think it's before the end of May, and it's definitely for the short as well. So make sure you go get your tickets. It's going to be a great day out. We're flying over from Dublin for it. Jerry Lynch is flying over from Dublin for it as well. So all your favourite Leeds content creators will be there. So it's going to be a great day out. So make sure you do go get your tickets. And what Dylan said, it's all for a brilliant cause, Prostate Cancer UK. So we're showing our support from them. Jam says, great cause. My dad suffers with it, so respect, lads. I'm sorry to hear that, Jam. You never told me that, buddy. Yeah, so yeah, respect to you and respect to your dad, buddy, and I hope he's okay, pal. Right, I think that's it from Only Leeds Bros.
Sorry, after this show, there's comment over here.
Go for it.
Danny, I can't smash eggs, pal, at this time moment. My ACLs cannot handle it anymore whatsoever. But what I will say, if I was be able to play, I'd make a show of a whole lot of them in the stream now. See you later, love yous.
Do you know exactly what I'm doing now? As soon as the stream ends, I'm jumping straight on the bike now and get pedaling on that bike because need to lose a few of the pounds for the Creator Cup. So even the jersey just fits on, so it's not like this when I'm trying to pull it.
Be like a bra on me altogether. All you're gonna see on me is just through the whole day. So
like that Tony Adams would, like this.
Yeah. me and Luke from Orton Know Better are managing. So yeah, be good crack. Really looking forward to it. So yeah, as Darren said, lads, get your tickets. And in ahead of a really, really good fundraiser.
It's gonna be a great day. Clem says, top stream, guys. I only found you today. Cheers, Clem. Thanks very much for the subscribe and thanks very much for popping in, buddy. Hope you enjoyed it. Sean, you got beef with Joe. It's a lot of love there. It's a love-hate
relationship. Yeah.
Love-hate relationship, but it's gas. The two of them, really, they love each other behind it all. So that's it from Only Leeds Bros. Thanks very much for everyone popping in. One to keep an eye on, Kostas Tsimikas has agreed personal terms with Leeds United. We'll see how this goes over the next couple of weeks. Could be potentially Leeds United's first signing. If it's wrong, go and slag Joe B. So mind yourselves, mind each other. We'll chat you all again soon.